Follow the finger.
Restorations where all turns new. Bikes and cars revived, it's quite a view. With Cass and Winnie, the restoration team will make these classics fulfill their dream. Watch the shades from rust to shining chrome. Each builds a journey, glad you've come along. If our restorations get your motor running, like and subscribe, keep the channel humming.
Hi guys and girls, welcome back to the channel again. Just got the van running nice and sweetly, so now it's time to tackle this horrible dash instrument cluster that doesn't really work properly. By that I mean all we got on here is the date, the mileage and the speed we do. There's no revs, no water temperature, no fuel gauge, which is quite important, as you can see. Nothing going on there. So what I'm going to do is whip it out. There is a known fault, and I've had this off before. I've had it off many times in actual fact, and it's not big or clever. And yeah, I know there is a big burnt patch on that PCB, so let me just whip it out now, madam, and get it indoors, strip it down, and see if I can sort things out with my little soldering iron. Okay, right, let's crack on. It would be nice to know how much fuel one has left. Right, let's try and get this cowl out and then get the cluster out. So first things first, under here, pull that lever down just to get the steering wheel down and out the way. Just gives you a little bit more grace because we've got, it looks like there's two right down in there. Follow the finger, there it is. Anyway, first things first, just pull this gently, this piece here. Just pull it gently. There's little fingers here that lock into 1, 2, and there's one on the other side there. And once that's out the way, you can then get your screwdriver in there and undo the thing. There you go. Right, you've got 4 to do. You've got 1 there, 1 the opposite side, just in there, left centre of the screen. And then you've got the 2 up in these 2 little recesses here. Yeah, I like to use my little short stubby to get in these 2 little tight holes here. For now. There's 2 there, like I say, and 2 there, 1 there and 1 that side. And when you've done that, you can see right down in the bottom there, you've got 1 there, and you've got 1 right down in there. Difficult to see, my big arms in the way. There you go. Right, let's crack on. Yeah, once you've undone the 2 screws underneath, that enables you to put a little flat blade in there to pop out this lug there, and the same the other side, and that just enables you to maneuver this little lot out the way and put it to one side, which lets you then take these 2 screws out, which I did before, put in the safe place, and then this binnacle can come right out. Now there's a plug on the back that side and a plug on the back that side, if I remember rightly. Yeah, we've got 1 here. You pull the little lever up there. I say boy, you unplug the little lever there, like so. And then you put that corner back in, and you do exactly the same this side. Put a little lever up there, look. And it pushes out the plug out of the socket. And then you can just take that off like that. Take it indoors, unclip these pieces here, and then you're into the insides of there, which is exactly where I'm going and what I'm going to do right now. Work. Right, here we are back in the second workshop, otherwise known as the kitchen. What I want to do is just gently, I always use, if I can, use something plastic just to get this front panel off. 2, 3, just to lift that off of there. And I think there's a couple at the back. Yes, there are. It's so much easier than attacking it with a screwdriver. breaking things off like what I normally do, but so there we go, that's off. That can go in the bin. We'll chuck that in the bin. So here we are, here is the clocks, and now what I want to check basically is, have I pushed these on too far? Do they move freely enough? No, that's rock solid. That is literally, look, the needle's moving before the thing moves. Okay, does this move? No, that's rock solid. Does this move? Rock solid. And the only one that does work is the speed. Okay, so that's a different thing, isn't it? Have I pushed these in too far? I'm pulling out very gently. Ooh, misses. No. But then, do they feel like that normally? Oh, that's locked. If I pull that out, it actually moves. So did I have that pushed in too tight? I don't know. Again, that one, that's in there. So let me pull it out a bit further. That actually has some movement there now. Ooh, stop it. No, that's horrible. And that, hang on. Yeah, I think I've done a number on this, don't you? Let's pull that out equally. Yeah, that now moves, so that's a thing. And this, bloody hell. Would it be that tight? I don't know, guys. Let us know down the bottom. Thing is, to get to the printed circuit board, no, I don't have to take that off. I was just going to pull all these off anyway, but I don't need to, because I've got the same plastic lugs on here. Let's just undo those. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and again probably 2 on the bottom. 1, 2. Okay, so we're in there now. Yes, I still need to get behind here, because although we're at the, see, look at the heat, look, you see that black? That is a lot of heat generated, isn't it? But I still need to get into there, because the parts that I need to try and repair are the other side of the printed circuit board, the business side. Right, so I do sadly have to take these back off. Oh, well, that worked well, didn't it? Okay, let's do the hard bit first. Now to take these pieces off. 1, oh bloody hell, 2, 3, and 4. Now that's interesting. The only one that didn't have a spindle on it, i.e. The spindle, the metal spindle, the only one that didn't have the spindle on is the throttle. The speedo, that's still in there, and that's the only one that worked. Is that trying to tell me something, do you think? Do you think I need to pull this out of here and try and set these into there first and then put the needles on afterwards? I don't know. I really don't know. But anyway, let's take these off. Come on, to you. Now we can take this off and reveal that inside part there, and then we can literally flip it round and push in these little tabs here, look, to just lift up the PCB enough. Ooh. Again, you've just got to keep a bit of tension on, yeah, a bit of tension on whilst you're pushing the levers in, otherwise you're going to need to be an octopus to actually get it out. Ooh, not big or clever. Right, last one, I think. There. Okay, so let's drop that out of there and throw that in the bin. Okay, so where are we again? On the bad side. And there it is. I have cleaned it up. But this is... where are you? Where my finger is. That there was all black and burnt out. There used to be a light. See that one there? And that one there? And that one there? They're little lights. When you put your ignition on, they all light up, with whichever ones they are. That one's blown. It's absolutely melted. So, I have a plan. Okay, my plan is... I've gotten some of these lamps. I bought these lamps because I thought this type, you just put in the back in there and twist them 45 degrees, 90 degrees, beg your pardon, and lock in. But no, they don't. But you can remove this single cob LED, and you can snip off most of this tin work and then just solder that now back on to the printed circuit board where that fell, because I think that is an MOT fail, isn't it? It needs to work. Right, well, let me have a fanny around with it and see what I can come up with. Oh, it's never ending. But can it be work if you enjoy yourself? I don't know. Okay, first things first, I thought I'd do the right thing and try and remove these pins from these needles and insert them onto the board first, and then just slide the pins down, and I'll show you for why. Okay. There, that piece of the shaft there has got like a pressed knurl on it, so that would grip in a motor and it would turn, obviously, the little shaft itself. So I'm going to make sure that is inserted where I think is the right place. You imagine when you turn the ignition on, you know, and I've put that pin in there, say, and it's right round here. When it starts to when it gets hot, it'll be there, won't it, sort of thing. So it needs to be in the right place. God knows how I'm going to do that. But I've got nothing to lose, have I? All I've got at the moment is a Speedo, and that's pretty much it. So I'm going to get these pins, all 4 of them, and pop, well, 3 of them, because that one's still there. Look, goody, that's a Speedo. That moves lovely. Get these back in and see if I can get them free and set them to where I think they're supposed to be. Right, now I've been having a really good play with it, with these pins, the axles for the needles, if you like. One there, look, and one here. I've taken the other 2 out because I went to push the pointer in, and when I pulled the pointer out, it came out in the pointer. So I think it's telling me something. I think it's telling me that that's how it wants to be. Now, when you twizzle around the Speedo, can you hear that? You can hear that very fine motor ticking. It's not ticking, it's turkey. Right, so I need to make all 4 of these sound like that, and I have. Here is the temperature gauge needle, and if we put it into that tight hole again, where's it gone? Can't find the hole of. Right, there it is. If we push that in and push that all the way home, like so, it's rock solid. If we pull it out a smidge, it's got that grindy. That's better. That's that motory noise, look. I don't know if that's going to work. I don't know which angle it's supposed to be at or anything like that, but I'm going to pull it out again, and out it comes in my hand. And it's the same affair with one on this end. I've been looking at this really closely, this little tiny LED. If you look at the size of that, where is it, here? Yeah, and then you look at the size of my replacement, it's slightly bigger. Now I do have something that's that size, but it's not rectangular in shape, and it's actually on a fly wire, but I would need to put a resistor somewhere on here in line, because the these little tiny lamps, well, the lamps that I've got are used for street lights on model railways and things like that, and inside little buildings, and they're only like 1 volt. So you put anything more than 3 volts through them and they blow. So but I mean, are these 12 volt? I don't know if these are low. I've got a lot of working out to do, haven't I, to try and sort that out. Anyway, let me crack on, because time is money, is it? Okay, so I've got the fascia all back together. I've got the needles on, I've got the caps on. I didn't manage to do anything with that LED, so I'm just going to have to live with that as is. Now, regarding the needles. Right, this, again, I've had to push them right in, and then gently with my fingernail or thumbnail, just gently pull them out so you can hear. The motor. Okay, and at some point, all 4 of these have a start and a finish. Okay, so this one is, when it gets back to there, it won't go any further unless you really force it. So I don't really hold out a lot for this one, because it's been a right pain in the tits, in all fairness. It just feels horrible. And more to the point, if we look at, do you remember when we first looked at the back? These were all burnt. Well, that one was really burnt, wasn't it? Just say for instance, I pushed that on too hard the first time I took it apart, and we know that these ones are sea solid as well. Perhaps it was sea solid because I put too much pressure on, and the little tug is just basically a little motor in the back there with some gears, and perhaps it's just burnt itself out because the rev counter's been wanting to go like that, so it's had voltage going to it. Because it's pinched, it's mounted. We're not going to know until we set it back off. So that's back in. That feels beautiful, but that's the one that works. And again, the fuel gauge, that feels good too now. So I've got high hopes for the fuel gauge. I'm hoping that still works. I'm going to give this a 1% chance of working. It just feels, the motor feels like it's seized, I've got to say. And this one, I got a feeling that might work. Or it might need a little bit more fettling, to be fair. But by golly, yeah, if anything's wrong with those two, then it's my own fault, and I've done that myself. I know that the temperature gauge never worked. Now, whether it was because of the temperature sensor unit, I haven't actually changed that, so it might even be that still, don't know. But the rev counter certainly worked when I picked the vehicle up from this chap, but it doesn't now, so that's probably my fault. Anyway, I'm going to put it back together, whack it back in the car, and fingers crossed, at least I get a fuel gauge back out of it. I will be happy chuppy if that's the case. Right, I know the miles click up because I've watched them clicking up. Oh, fingers crossed. Right, basically, I'm just going to lob this in the hole and plug the sockets in and just see what happens, basically, because I've got nothing to lose, have I, really? Don't tell me this is one of them two-handed jobbies. Oh, look at me, look at that. Well, I will need 2 hands to plug the plugs in the back there. I ain't got no one to hold the camera, so I'm just going to pause you there. Right, that's 1 and 2. I'll screw all that back in a minute. Right. Oh, poo. Getting all excited. Rock on, Tommy. Oh, dear. Where are we? So I'm looking through the camera lens. Right, what's going to happen now? Oh, indicators. Right. Okay, we're in neutral. Oh my God, we have fuel gauge. When did that go up? Let me turn it off again. Oh my giddy auntie. We don't have a revometer. That's fine. There goes Piggy Curly Tail. I'm so pleased I have a fuel gauge now. I know it sounds stupid. See, sometimes it's fantastic, other times it isn't. Now, I'll keep you guys abreast of what happens with the temperature gauge, but I'm just looking at that very, very carefully. I don't know, it's probably just me, but it looks like it's not doing anything. But there we go, I'm dead chuffed. I have a fuel gauge. It gives me at least half a chance, doesn't it, at knowing where I'm at and how far I can travel roughly. I'm going to call that a win, actually. The temperature gauge, that might do something. Yeah, I don't know. I can see where the needle is right now, so it's 5 mil from the bottom of cold. So wherever it sets at, that should be sort of like 90, shouldn't it? 88, 90. I might even put a little mark on the perspex, just so I know that that's normal. Give me half a chance. Yeah, or better try check the speedo actually. Oh my goodness, hope the speedo works. Let's have a. That's what I can hear. I can hear the motor going on the back of the rev counter. Do we have speedo working? This is obviously being filmed by my passenger. Yes, we have speedo. Right, passenger, can you turn the camera off now? Yeah, okay, no problem. Thanks, cameraman. Right, yeah, okay, see you in a bit. Kettle, please. Yes, I know I look like one. Well, there we go. Yeah, speedo works. Clock works. Mileometry thing works. Fuel gauge works. Don't know about the temperature. And when you put the ignition on, there's no sound. When you turn the engine on, you get this like whirring noise, and that is that blooming motor in the bug. The penny just dropped. What it is, I couldn't work out what it was the other day. And pre me fucking up that tachometer, that noise wasn't there, so it's quite obvious what it is. So that says to me, basically the motor is still working, isn't it? It's still doing its thing. It's getting told by the engine that there's an amount of revs there, so it's doing, accordingly. Anyway, right, thank you for watching. That's going to be the end of this try and repair the speedo effort. I'm a quarter of the way, half of the way there. I'm going to say half the way there. Half the clock's working. The important half, and all that. I know that the pipes are getting hot. I know the water's circulating. The cooling system's working perfectly. I get beautiful hot air in the cabin, and the pipes, both top and bottom hoses, are getting hot. So yeah, it's all good. It's all good in the hood. So yeah, thanks again for watching. I hope you're all having a good time. Good time. I hope this is entertaining for you, is what I was trying to say. It entertains me no end, I can tell thee that. Just knowing I've helped any but one person is good enough for me. And there's one guy that left me a absolutely beautiful comment a couple of days ago. Thank you, sir. You know who you are, and I hope you're doing okay. All right, glad to be of service. Big hugs, big man hugs to everybody out there, and we'll see you next time. Emptying the ashtray. I don't smoke anymore. I don't know. Well, I've got a lot of car to put back together, and the sun is just teetering above the treetops. I'll see thee later on.